I think my biggest pet peeve is when leaders don't manage underperformance. So they either just stick their head in the sand because it's all too hard, or they don't take the right steps to handle it properly. And the consequences of not managing underperformance are just so significant. And you often see the teams where you have an underperformer in all sorts of trouble. And then ultimately you're running that risk of, a high risk of turnover essentially of your top performers. So I think that's definitely very high on my list in terms of pet peeves. And I've also seen some leaders that take that employee recognition to a real extreme. So to the point where each week, someone has to be praised for their work, even when they're sort of rehashing praise from a week or two earlier, but just that's what we do every week is we have to call somebody out. And I think that just people feel that it's false because it is, and it just loses its entire value. The wonderful things I think that I've seen are actually more of the simple things. So, leaders, I'm trying to think of a really good example, a leader running a shadowing opportunity where they're giving members of their team that opportunity to sit in some of the more senior type of meetings that they wouldn't normally be privy to. And it really helps their team to get some insight and understanding of some of the broader strategic issues. And it also helps them to understand the place that their own leader and the position that their own leader is in. So that mutual respect and understanding in that particular case, I think, can be so positive.
I think the crux of it is what you said. It's got to be genuine, and I think a big part of that is punishment fitting the crime is the wrong phrase, but what you're trying to achieve and the way you're trying to achieve it has to fit the problem you're trying to solve. So if you've got like a massive long-term ongoing problem with organizational culture, for example, you can't throw a few beanbags in the office and buy pizza once a week and expect it to be solved. Equally, if you've just got one person who complained once, you probably don't need to have a 4-day all-company away session to solve that small issue.
That's exactly right. And I think there's often a really big disconnect with what I suppose the feedback that is received in these situations where there are, known issues, and then the action that's taken to address it.
Well, we might have already covered some of these, but what are the biggest leadership lessons then that you would take from your career so far?
I think the biggest one for me is that there just is no end state to leadership. And I know people say it a lot, but leadership is absolutely a journey, and there is always something more that you can learn about yourself that will make you a better leader. I think that's the key one for me. I don't honestly believe that subordinates expect something perfect. I don't think that that's the case at all. So I think it's okay to be human. I think it's really important to be human. It's really just about setting that example, I think, more than anything. And I think even in trying new things, it's sort of encouraging that innovative thinking, it's setting that ambition, and it just has so many positive effects on a team, I think.